So I don't know about you, but I'm a people pleaser through and through. Born that way, made that way, that's how I am. And picture yourself in the situation. It was like that with me 100% of the time, but you're sitting at your desk, quietly engaged in your work, and then someone enters your space or pops into your office and asks you to do something. You cringe at that moment, but obviously your inner being is telling you that all you can do is listen and accept. Or your phone beeps, you pick it up and you see the message and you're dreading it because you know that you don't actually have time, but someone has asked you for assistance and now you need to help. So the one thing that we all want obviously is enough time to do what we need to do, enough energy to do what we need to do, and a clear mind at the end of it all to allow us to do what we want to do. The thing is with being a people pleaser is that you've got this internal conflict going on the whole time because you don't want to disappoint people, but at the same time, you're trying to manage your own stress levels throughout whatever you're doing in your day-to-day environment with everything that is on your plate already, plus additional things that are coming your way and you're just accepting them because of you being the people pleaser that you are. So what do you need to do about this? And one of them is to set clear boundaries so that the people around you and the energy, I'll call them energy thieves around you, know how they can engage with you. That is a manner that's respectful to you because of your people-pleasing nature. So the way that you need to manage this is obviously learning to say no. But saying no is rude, and obviously as soon as you say no, you feel guilty and you will just then go and say yes to everything else that comes up after that because you're trying to pay atonement for having committed the cardinal sin of saying no. So what you need to learn to do is you not saying no, you just pending it for later, because by that time the thing would have sorted itself out anyway. The thing is this, that people come to ask you to do something or get you to do something for them, knowing full well that they can get away with it and knowing full well that they can actually do it themselves. So the way that you do this is quite specific because you wanting to do it tactfully and you need to do it so that it's sort of open-ended for you because you don't want to actually say no to offend yourself. So you need to tell them no in a yes sort of way. So the way that you do this is when they come to you with something, all that you have to do is say to them, I can't do it right now, but I can do it for you, and then put it at some point in the future. By that time, they would have needed it to be done anyway, so they would have made a plan to get it done. So you're not telling them no, you're actually saying yes, but you are pushing it so far into the future that they are then forced to do it themselves. Obviously, there are times when this is not going to work because you actually do have to do it, so you need to manage that. But for the most part, this is going to save you a ton of stress, a ton of cognitive overload issues, and will help you to minimize the number of open tabs that you've got at any one time. So again, to repeat, when they come into your space to ask you to do something, even if it's a message on your phone or it's a personal entrance into your space, then all that you need to do is say, no problem, I'll write it down and I can get to it by then because I've got all of these deadlines that I need to get to. So you're not manufacturing a story because you do actually have all of those things. All that you're doing is shifting the urgency of their item further on and making the urgency of your items for now. So if you make those changes, you're going to see, number one, is that your stress levels are going to be decreasing. Number two is that your mental capacity and overload is going to be decreasing because you are able now to not take on these additional open tabs. It's on your closed tab list because it would have come off of your list. And then the result of all of this is just a completely much more peaceful workday, life situation, and the ability for you to manage your stress levels at a much more reasonable level. So give that a try. Do that test tomorrow. As soon as someone comes to ask you something, do the pend it approach and move it to as far forward as you can, and then see how it goes, and you can thank me later.